not doing it.
Yes, there it goes. Okay,
Don't
so
worry.
go ahead and stop it. Okay, and then bring it up to my office or send one of them up to my office after.
Okay, so am I gonna leave it running now and then
Yeah.
just stop it when it goes?
Yes.
Information about our body.
Hi,
You want to say this?
Yeah.
I got a sheet
No, I was
though.
doing a squat. My feet
So you're gonna sit from back there, or you're gonna come up here?
No, I'm
gonna
gonna
turn the music
down
up.
and they weren't even, and I knew that I shouldn't have done that.
But did it pull your back out?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, listen up.
Yeah. I always get like S.
Welcome.
Switch it over.
Did you start the video?
Because sometimes the chiropractor makes it like shifts it.
Did they start the video?
No.
Prepared to show the
I don't
video.
wanna work
What?
Are
there.
being recorded right now?
Hi.
Everybody, welcome to the group. I'm Gary. I'm Christoff. And as you may or may not know, this is our first segment of a 5-week segment of peer self-care support. So we get the privilege of taking care of this part of it, which is the first part, which is
spiritual self-care. So the goal for this week is to give Siena College Self-Care Support Group the ability to connect with your spiritual self through guided meditation, to educate you guys on the different types of meditation, and then to educate about spirituality and the importance of involving spiritual self-care in your lives. So before we begin, I would like to go around and do some introductions real quick. You just say your name, where you're coming from, and the one thing that you go to for self-care. So I'll start. I'm going to go around this way. Again, my name is Christoff. I'm a senior social work major from Rochester. And the one thing I go to for self-care is definitely prayer.
I'm Fran. I am a senior social work major coming from Long Island, and the one thing I go to for self-care is sleep.
I'm Caitlin. I'm a senior social work major from DeKalb Junction, and I listen to music.
My name is Michaela. I'm a senior social work major from Saratoga Springs, New York, and I like to read for self-care.
My name is Kara, and I am a senior social work major. I'm from Watervliet, New York. And my go-to for self-care is also sleep.
I'm Stephanie Lopez, and I'm a senior social work major from Westchester County. And my go-to for self-care is exercising.
I'm Caspian LaSalle. I'm a senior social work major from Plattsburgh, New York. And I have to cycle through different self-care routines because my brain is funny like that, and currently it's crocheting.
Oh, interesting.
beautiful. Well, you've heard my name is Gary Thompson. I'm actually from Fultonville, New York. And my go-to place is probably in music and on the upside of life. So Christoff and I have put together something. I'm going to bring you up. Not that Christoff's going to bring you down, but we've combined the spirituality and the mindfulness together. What I'd like to do, though, so that we have a clear understanding about what mindful or spirit and how it works with our social work lives, could I get someone to read this first one about mind? The mind?
The whole paragraph?
No, you could just read this. Yeah, you could read that first little paragraph.
Okay. Social workers and other helping professionals spend a great deal of time thinking. We also spend time learning. Part of professional practice involves staying abreast of current events and up-to-date professional knowledge. Also, time spent with individuals, families, groups, communities, and coworkers is time that the mind is engaged and active. Just like the body, the mind needs balance. When our minds are overworked or unbalanced, we are being a disservice to ourselves and others. Wicks and Buck remind us professionals need to take responsibility for leading balanced lives. They must strive to be physically healthy, emotionally alive, and intellectually curious.
Now, thank you. Could somebody else read the spirit part, the first paragraph?
My spirit is the reason I am passionate about social work. I find it helpful to remember that what I'm choosing is to feed myself spiritually will guide how I service to others. My spirituality is the foundation for my thoughts, deeds, and actions. I aspire by many things like nature, photography, well-written stories, peaceful songs, good laughs, and many other spiritual fulfilling items. It is important for us to find what creates peace, serenity, and joy in the human spirit.
Thank you. And the reason I did that is to abreast all of us, just bring us up to date on why spirituality and mindfulness is so important in our field. We've got to deal with people every single day. Not only do we have to deal with our problems, we've got to deal with their problems. And in social work, we know how much we connect and we love. We see the underprivileged, we see the needy, we see the problems out there, and yet, realistically, we cannot fix all those problems. But what we do need to work on is ourselves, because we have the opportunity to change each other. But we've got to take care of yourself first, and that's very important. Y'all touched on a few things. One was saying, when we asked the question, well, how do you relax? Some were saying, sleep, music, exercise, more sleep, more music, more reading. Guess what? I had looked up an article, and it was in a social work field, and they asked people, said, well, how does one get a chance to relax? And those that you just mentioned were some of the top 10. The sleep, so you can relax. The music, because it builds your spirituality. Because believe it or not, we all have a spirit in us, and you want to bring it out. The reading, because it lets you relax, think, get into another world. You forget about what's going on around you, right? What we want to do is do the same thing, have the same effect. And I'm doing a little bit of talking. He's going to take over shortly on everything. But the first part of it's going to be about mindfulness. I'm going to bring you up. I do things on an upbeat, but with meaning. And I hope you can enjoy it the way I enjoy it. I like to tell you through music, because I think it's so imperative that we all have something that we connect on. And sometimes music is that connection. And so is books and readings. But before we get going with this video, I'd like for y'all to join in with something. And I want to give a disclosure first. This is a Franciscan center, and spirituality, of course, deals back with many things, and God as however you know God to be. Whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, what is your God? It's a power outside of yourself. You're finally realizing that you're not the center of the universe. You have to allow a friend, a neighbor, these groups to help. You can't change it all by yourself. And we're all human beings, and we need that social interaction to relax and disconnect. Because you are the most important tool in the shed for yourself. You've got to take care of it. So I'm going to ask that you please participate and just say the serenity prayer with us, if you would. And keep in mind, it's not to promote religion we're talking about, and we're just going to say the first paragraph up there. It's just the actual serenity prayer. And this is sort of bring us into perspective of where we stand in the world. Because humility is something that's hard. It's very, very hard to practice, because we all have a little self-pride. But if you would, please, if we'd start off with the serenity prayer. You ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. What does that mean to y'all? Y'all like to share? Please.
Like taking a step to change things in your life that may not be the most positive or something, and having the courage to do so, the strength to do so, but also knowing the difference between knowing that there are things that may not be able to be changed.
Have you experienced anything like that?
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to share with us? Maybe it might touch on somebody. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just asking.
But yeah, I don't want to share.
Okay, no. And that's fine. That is what group is about. Somebody else? What does it mean to you, Steph?
I think it is kind of the same thing that Francesca said, that there's a lot of things that we can endure as an individual, as a human, but there's also things that we have to be accepted we can't change maybe right now. Maybe we're not strong enough right now, and we don't have the power to do so. And I think in my own life, that's, with exercising too, there's a lot of things that right now I'm not able to do, but in the future, I'm hoping that with practice and preparation, that's something that I can overcome.
And trying to stay on the subject here, it's all about, I did a class one time, it's called All About Me, because this is a self-care help. It is all about you, and the emotions and the feelings are real. It can affect your sleep, it can affect your overall health, your mental state of being, and that's the reason we're here today. And what I want to do now, so I won't take up too much time talking, is to tell you, relax, enjoy this moment. This is a me moment, and I hope that this touch and resonates with you. Social workers reach out to a wide population of people, and I think this video touches briefly on each subject that we're going through in current events. And this might reinforce in you why you are a social worker, why you do what you do. Y'all like to exercise, so feel free to rub your hands through this one because that's part of it. Hey! And listen to the words.
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mama. I think the whole world's addicted to the drama, only attracted to things that bring the trauma. Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But if you only have love for your own race, then you only need space to discriminate, and to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Yeah, madness is what you demonstrate, and that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love to set it straight. Take control of your mind and meditate. Let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all.
Killing people dying, children hurt, pain, and crying. Do you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
It just ain't the same, always will change. New days are strange, is the world the same? If love and peace is so strong, why are the pieces of love that don't belong? Nations dropping bombs, chemical gases filling lungs of little ones with ongoing suffering. As the youth are young, so ask yourself, is the loving really gone? So I can ask myself, really what is going wrong in this world that we living in? People keep on giving in, making wrong decisions, only visions of them living in. Not respecting each other, denying that our brother. A war's going on, but the reason's undercover. The truth is kept secret, it's swept under the rug. If you never know truth, then you never know love. What's the love, y'all? Come on, I don't know. What's the truth, y'all? Come on, I don't know. What's the love, y'all?
People killing, people dying, children hurt, pain, and crying. Do you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
I feel the weight of the world on my shoulder. As I'm getting older, y'all people get colder. Most of us only care about money making. Selfishness got us following the wrong direction. Wrong information always shown by the media. Negative images is the main criteria. Infecting the young minds faster than bacteria. Just wanna act like what they see in the cinema. Whatever happened to the values of humanity? Whatever happened to the fairness and equality? Instead of spreading love, we're spreading animosity. Lack of understanding leading us away from unity. That's the reason why sometimes I'm feeling under. That's the reason why sometimes I'm feeling down. It's no wonder why sometimes I'm feeling under. Gotta keep my faith alive, love is down. And ask yourself, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love?
Sing with me, y'all. One word, one word. We only got one word, one word. That's all we got. One word, one word. There's something wrong with it. Something's wrong with it. Something's wrong with the good word. Yeah, we only got one word, one word. That's all we got. One word, one word.
I'm asking you to do this to keep in the mood. On the count of three, we're going to say, where's the love? And I'll tell you why. 1, 2, 3. Where's the love? How can you love someone else or the job that you've got at hand if you don't love yourself? Ask yourself that. Now I'm bringing you back into the spiritual realm of it. And that's the reason we go over self-care. You got to love that person that you wake up in the morning, you see in the mirror and say, I like that. With all the problems you have in the world, with all the things that's going on in your life, you've got to be able to get out of bed no matter how hard it is and just look in the mirror. Forget all the negatives, find one positive and look in there and say, I like you. And if you don't like you, think to yourself, what is it you don't like about you? And then change it. They say move makes change. So if you sit still, you're not going to change anything. I've got some handouts I'll give you, and then we're going to turn it over to Christoff. And it gives you some self-care strategies, and I encourage you each, because of certain time limits and what he's going to be doing, I encourage each of you to take a moment. Go back over it. It's things we know, but here's the thing. How many of y'all have sit back and watched a participant, a client, if you will, in your internship and say, you know, recommended him, go seek a private counselor. Yet in your own life, all the stuff that you deal with, somebody tell you that, and you might go, I don't need a counselor. We all need counselors. That's where friendship, peer group, support, counseling comes in. And in the social work field, there's plenty of self-care groups out there. Please get involved, make a difference, but make a difference in your own life, I ask of you. And so, do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did y'all like that video?
Yeah.
Did it touch anything of what we're doing and what we feel? I hope it did. And I hope I shared the uplife into you. Now I'm going to turn it all over to my compadre, Christoff.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
All right, so Gary has covered the spiritual realm of self-care, and so now we're going to work on mindfulness. Can anybody tell me what mindfulness means? Has anybody ever heard that word? Okay, now what does that mean?
I have an idea, but I don't know if it's right. Like being aware of yourself, being aware. I don't know, I guess consciousness of what's going on around you.
Being aware, right? What's going on around you? Anybody else? All right. Let's see. I'm going to pass it down. So I'll wait till everybody gets one of these. And so, off of what Steph was mentioning, mindfulness is yes, being aware of yourself, being connected with yourself. It's connecting your mind and your body. So does somebody want to read that first paragraph on mindfulness? Thanks, Kara.
Mindfulness has become increasingly popular in the West because you can practice it in any setting, and it is a stress reduction. Mindfulness focuses on mind state and body simultaneously. Reaching mindfulness is the goal of the majority of meditation.
Right. So many people ask, what's the difference between meditation and mindfulness? Mindfulness is the goal of meditation. That's why we meditate. We try to get into that state of mindfulness, connecting our body with our spirit and our mind. Mind, body, spirit, all is one. And of course, there's many different types of meditation. We can go around. I'll start with you, Fran. Can you read mindfulness meditation?
Yeah, being aware and fully present with your thoughts, yet not being overly reactive on what is going on around us.
Transcendental meditation, simple technique when personally assigned mantra, such as a word, sound, or small phrase, is repeated in a specific way for 20 minutes 2 times a day.
Guided meditation, imagery, or visualization, forming mental pictures or situations that people find relaxing.
You say that word.
Vipassana.
Vipassana meditation, an ancient Indian form of meditation that means to see things as they really are.
The goal of Vipassana meditation is self-transformation through self-observation. This is done by disciplined attention to physical sensations in the body to establish a deep connection between mind and body.
Loving kindness meditation, the practice of directing well wishes toward others.
Chakra meditation, a relaxation technique that is focused on bringing balance to the 7 chakras.
Oh, yes. Yoga meditation involves performing a series of postures and controlled breathing exercises meant to promote flexibility and calm the mind.
Great. So has anybody done one of these before? Yeah. Is it yoga? No?
I've
Guided-
done
You know,
mindfulness meditation in class before.
All right, well, today we are going to do a guided meditation. So you may hear my voice floating around the room. Don't focus on that. Just focus on your thoughts, yourself, and just breathe. Okay? All right. So sit comfortably. Don't release all the tension you have, all the stress. Only thing you should be focusing on is being comfortable. So go ahead and close your eyes. Now, focus on breathing. Inhaling through your nose. Slowly exhaling through the mouth. And as these distracting thoughts enter your consciousness, don't judge them. And don't hang on to them. Let each thought go. But don't focus on thought cessation. Rather, focus on breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Treat all physical sensations and feelings in the same way you do thoughts. Register them, then let them go. Return to your breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth.
You are about to embark on a guided meditation journey. Over the next few minutes, I will guide you into a deep state of relaxation, where you will experience a wonderful calmness and meditative state of mind. This time is for you and you alone. You don't need to do anything except relax and allow yourself to have this time. You may wish to close your eyes or watch the screen or switch between both. It doesn't matter which. Just do whatever feels right for you. You are completely in control, and if at any time during the meditation you wish to return to your awakened state, you can do so simply by opening your eyes. Exhale fully. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Allow the sound of the waves to calm your mind. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. You may notice that thoughts and internal mental chatter are happening inside your mind. This is completely normal. These thoughts will begin to quiet down as you concentrate on listening to the sounds of the waves. As you listen to each wave coming in, you will find your mind gently begins to quiet. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Breathing in cool, refreshing air. Exhaling hot, tense air. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. You may wish to close your eyes now as you begin to feel more and more relaxed. Allow the sounds of the ocean to wash over you, bringing you closer to the infinite source of energy within you. Allowing yourself to be in total peace with your surroundings. Now, as you find yourself feeling more and more relaxed, I'm going to count down from 5 to 0. As I count each number, you will feel more and more relaxed until you reach a sense of complete and wonderful relaxation. 5. Feeling more relaxed. 4. Allowing the sound of the waves to calm your mind. 3. wonderfully relaxed. Two, so deeply relaxed. One, your mind is calm. Zero, feel the wonderful sense of deep relaxation. Allow the sound of the waves to continue relaxing your whole body. Take a few moments to enjoy this wonderful experience. You may wish to remain in this deeply relaxed state for a while after this recording has ended, in which case you don't need to do anything right now. When you are ready to resume your day, simply take a few deep breaths and open your eyes.
All right, guys. How's everybody doing? A lot better? So, I have a few discussion questions that we can pass around. We already discussed the first question, so we'll just start with number 2. So take a moment to recall from the video, the recording. I'm sure many of you either fell asleep or got into a state of mindfulness. But whatever that is, I want you to picture what either that mindfulness or what you thought of when you were in that state. You draw a picture.
I was just like on game on a river bank. I don't know why. Just like chilling. Like just by myself, just like thinking about the water.
Somebody else?
At my internship, we did a drum circle yesterday. So like I was having a trouble concentrating with my eyes closed, so I started to like drum and like hear the drum circle in my head, and that helped.
Good. So did it make you uncomfortable having your eyes closed for a long time?
There's just something about today, I think, like with the sinus infection and the swelling, makes my eyes feel funky.
Well, I'm glad you found a way to cope with that. Anybody else?
I think that I thought of myself, I have an inlet where I'm from in Long Island, and I just kind of pictured myself out there hanging out.
So you went back to a place where you know really well. You felt at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
I kind of did that too. I was thinking about because I went, well, I didn't like go home, but I went back to Saratoga with one of my friends last week, and we were like sitting out on like this dock on Saratoga Lake, and I'm just like picturing like the water and stuff there. I think because like you could hear like the water.
Yes, Kara.
I guess it was almost like the waves was like, so the way I was sitting, I realized at some point I couldn't like feel that my hands were like on the ground. It was almost like I was like just kind of floating around, but very like carelessly. Like didn't make me feel weird or anything. Just at some point I realized that my hands would be like they're on the ground. Just very relaxing. Like I just didn't have like a care nor other. I was just kind of letting it happen.
I could just see Kara bobbing in the water.
I'm happy as could be.
That's kind of relaxing.
I don't really like think of like anything
anywhere, like you were saying, like by walking, like I didn't, like, I don't know, like I felt like I was just like in this moment, like I wasn't like thinking of like anything in particular.
You're in the moment, which is good too.
In the moment, which is mindfulness.
What was one thing from your meditation that you found most helpful?
And it's accessible. That it's something that, you know, you could do at any time of day, anywhere. So I think, yeah, free. I think a lot of that.
Yeah,
That's the biggest part.
This video you can find that, like, look up guided meditations. It's like the second video that pops up on YouTube. So anybody can do this. And like that guy has a nice voice. I was gonna do the guided meditation, but the tone of my voice is a lot. I don't like the tone of my voice, so I don't think you guys like it either. So,
I feel like if I could breathe better through my nose, it would have been a little bit better. But I was like trying to like focus on breathing, but at one point I like had to breathe through my mouth because my nose is so clogged.
Yeah, that's like
I
frustrating
can't
then
yeah,
too.
I was like, come on.
It must be something that's going around, because I've got a migraine.
It's the weather
It's
too.
terrible.
When the weather, yeah, when the weather changes.
Yeah, everyone gets it.
I would have been so frustrated.
Yeah. Like, Brad,
Just breathe.
so how did this make you feel? Like what feelings? Like,
Yeah, relax. I feel like it, like, I don't know how to like describe this, but kind of just like pulled me away from like everything. Because now like go back and I'm like, oh, I have to go to work after this. Now I'm thinking about like, all the other to do, and I'm like, oh, it's just so relaxed. I'm gonna be not relaxed so soon.
yeah.
In the midst of everything going on right now.
Yeah.
It was just like a moment that wasn't the focus.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
nothing else mattered.
Yeah.
It was just
Right.
this.
Right. So it helps you forget about the stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, with that said, like, what's one way that you can go about incorporating this into your daily lives?
I was just thinking about that because I was like looking forward on the questions. That there's like a few times where I'll be like in bed or like hanging out and I'm on my phone for like 20 or 30 minutes straight and don't even realize the time. So, I mean, I think to be more conscientious that like I can put the phone away for those 20, 30 minutes. And although it's like, well, it's just my phone, I just want to go on it, I think it's also possible for us to say like, hey, no, remember how you felt in that group work session? Like 20, 30 minutes isn't going to kill you. You can go on your phone the next 20, 30 minutes if you need to. So I think that that's something that I think I'm going to try and work on.
It's kind of important what she said about the cell phone, because what if we learn in social work about REM sleep and the effects of REM sleep if you have a TV because of the blue lights or...
When you're plugged in, breaking sleep.
So maybe we should start an unplug campaign. 10 minutes of our day at least, unplug.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, that segues very nicely into the next question. If there was one thing you'd like to change about your spiritual self-care, what would it be?
Try to make an effort to do this more often. In high school, I went to meditation every Saturday, and it was so peaceful and nice. I don't know why I don't do it anymore, but I don't. Or maybe try to like make an effort, even if it's for like 5 minutes in the morning or something, just or at night to debrief.
So how does one find time for that?
You make time. It's not about finding it, it's about making
You'd
it.
be really surprised how much empty time you can.
Oh yeah.